All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to unpack one of the biggest forces reshaping, well, pretty much everything: digital technology. We're going to see how it's completely rewriting the rulebook for business right in front of our eyes.
You ever wonder about that? You see two companies, they're in the same exact industry, but one just takes off like a rocket, while the other one, well, it just seems stuck. What's the secret sauce? What's the big difference maker? More often than not, it all boils down to this one simple but incredibly powerful idea. It's their ability to not just deal with change, but to see it coming, to lean into it, and to actually use it to get stronger. But what does change even mean when we're talking about a business?
And let's be clear, we're not talking about just tweaking a few things here and there. Business change is about fundamental transformations. It might be kicked off by something inside the company, like a new CEO with a bold new vision, or it could be a huge shock from the outside world, something that forces a company to adapt or pretty much disappear.
And here's a perfect example, one we all lived through. The pandemic was this massive external shock, right? Suddenly, how we all shopped changed, like overnight. So retailers like Dunn's had to move fast. They had to spin up these digital services, not just to grow, but honestly, just to stay in the game.
Now, things like pandemics, they're huge drivers of change for sure. But there is one force today that's pushing change harder, faster, and more relentlessly than anything else. And that's digital disruption. So, what even is digital technology? At its core, it's really just a collection of tools. But we're not talking about hammers and wrenches here. These are tools that have totally rewired how we do everything, how companies make things, sell things, and talk to us. It changes the whole shebang.
I mean, just look at Amazon. They are absolute masters of this. They use AI and robots not just to get your package to you faster, but to create a shopping experience that feels like it was built just for you. That's the kind of insane power we're dealing with. Okay, so if digital technology is the force, what are the actual engines making it all happen? Let's break it down and look at 5 key tools that are really at the heart of this whole revolution. We're going to start with artificial intelligence, or AI. Then we'll hit e-commerce, cloud computing, automation and robotics, and we'll finish up with social media and digital marketing. Now, each one of these is a game changer on its own, but when you put them together, that's when things get really transformative. First up, AI. And look, this isn't some sci-fi movie stuff, it's happening right now. Think about Ryanair. They use these AI-powered chatbots to answer thousands of customer questions all at once. This lets the human staff focus on the really tricky problems, and you get your answer instantly. It just makes the whole thing run so much smoother. Next, e-commerce. I mean, this just blew the doors off the old way of doing retail, didn't it? A physical shop has opening hours and it's stuck in one location. But an online store, like the ones from Brown Thomas or Arnott's, suddenly they're open 24/7 and they can reach customers not just down the street, but all across Europe. Then you've got the cloud. This is kind of the invisible hero behind so much of modern work. Instead of all your files being stuck on one computer in one office, services like Microsoft 365 mean your whole team can work on the same document at the same time from literally anywhere. It's the magic that makes remote work work. Okay, automation. It's so easy to just think robots doing things faster, but it's way, way smarter than that. For a company like Kerry Group, automated systems don't just package stuff quickly. They do it with incredible precision. That means higher quality and way less waste. So it's about being better, not just faster. And finally, social media. This totally flipped marketing on its head. It used to be you needed a massive budget for TV ads. Now, a brand like Gym Plus Coffee can build a huge, passionate community just by talking directly to people on platforms like Instagram. It's a whole new way to build a brand. All right, so those are the tools in the toolbox. But how are businesses actually using them? Let's look at how companies are changing their entire way of doing things to ride this digital wave instead of getting wiped out by it. I mean, one of the biggest changes we've all seen is the workplace itself. The old model was simple. Everyone in one building, 9 to 5, every day. But now, it's a totally different world. Thanks to tools like Slack and the cloud, we're in this new hybrid model. The focus isn't so much on when you clock in, but on the result you deliver. But it goes way deeper than just where people work. We're talking about a complete overhaul, something people call digital transformation. It's about weaving technology into every single part of a business. Take Bank of Ireland. They didn't just make an app. They completely reimagined the banking experience to be faster, easier, and safer, all through digital tools.
Now, let's be real. A change this huge is never simple. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. It's like a coin, you know? It's got two sides. There are these amazing opportunities, but there are also some pretty serious risks involved.
And you can really see that push and pull right here. On one side, the potential upsides are incredible. You get more efficient, you can create better experiences for your customers, you can even sell to people on the other side of the planet. But the flip side is just as real. This stuff costs a lot of money, you're opening yourself up to cyber threats, and you have to make sure your people have the right skills. It's a serious balancing act. But here's the key thing to remember through all of this. While it's easy to get stuck on the challenges, what this digital shift really is a massive opportunity. It's a launchpad for new ideas, for innovation, for finding totally new ways to solve problems.
So at the end of the day, this isn't a maybe. It's happening, whether we're ready or not. The only real question left for us to answer is not if technology will change our world, but how. Are we going to use it? The tools are here. Now, what are we going to build with them?